Hey guys, let me get situated. So, this next one is called The First Three Times I Did DMT. The first and last three times I did DMT. And, so I'm going to be talking, some of these letters are going to include the joy of psychedelia. Um, and I'm just trying to share my experience with Ewan. Dear Ewan, I'm sitting in a park in Barcelona watching parakeets nibble on grass, and I thought to tell you the story of the time I did DMT. I had just finished leading an immersion in Brooklyn, and two friends and I went back to one of their apartments, and one was very excited to show us his DMT pen. Let's call the friends Ganesh and Buddha. So Ganesh was super excited, and Buddha was going to abstain to honor his vow of not taking substances, but he wanted to be with us. We sat down in the living room, and the pen came out. I had never tried it before, but I've done enough mushrooms and acid and had plenty of ego deaths to feel fairly sure I'd be okay. DMT is a super rush. I think it's just under Bufo in terms of quick, intense experience. Ganesh went first and laid on the floor after taking the hit. It looked intense when he came up for air after it faded. Now it was my turn. He was telling me that I really needed to hit it hard 3 times to get it to do its thing, but we agreed that I would just take one hit for my first time. It's kind of hard to exactly recall the state, but I remember avocados. When I looked at the room after taking the one little hit, the matter in the room seemed to feel free to express itself in strange symbology. God, my brain is really interested in avocados. There were avocados all over the room and other symbols, but I just remember the avocados. Somehow it really made sense. It's easier for my brain to see avocados than what's actually there. And somehow avocados made sense as the perfect symbols of matter. An aside, I've loved avocados as a metaphor for information for a long time. Where some people can open an avocado, see a little bit of gray or spotting, and eat them, others must pick out any signs of rot for the avocado to feel palatable. Back to DMT. So that was interesting, and Ganesh took another turn, this one bigger, again sending him lying back on the floor. He looked like he was in a big, deep place when he came back. My vision of avocados had already faded, and again it was my turn. Buddha looked on. Ganesh insisted I go big this time. I take one hit, avocado zone. Hit it again harder, Mikey. I take another big, deep hit. Something deep stirs. Hit it again, Mikey. I take another big fucking third hit, and I can sense it. A sense of an event horizon. No turning back now. As my ego shattered, as I felt that sense of dying that the brain processes during an ego death, the last thought that crossed my mind was, Ganesh, you motherfucker. And then a sigh as my soul inverted and my whole being spiritually vomited. I fell back on the floor, and in my mind's eye, I could see I was lying on a floor in a room with a lot of people. They were lying everywhere, and my head was fucking pounding. Pain, pain, pain. Ouch. God, that hurt. A woman made of silvery light who was standing upright in the room, gently ministering to the other people laying there, reacted when she saw me. What are you doing here? She rushed over to me and placed her hand on my forehead. The pain started to recede. Stupid, stupid, stupid! You are not supposed to be here. Sorry. I thought towards her, smiling sheepishly. She sternly watched me fade from the room as the experience ended, and I found myself back on the floor in the room in Ganesh's house. I told Buddha and Ganesh what happened. Buddha seemed interested, but Ganesh was sure I had merely misinterpreted the vision and confused myself somehow. He did another big hit, and when he came back, he started in on me to try it one more time. Fuck. I really can't remember why his insistence pushed me over the edge. Fuck it. Okay, I'll do it again. 3 big hits, falling through the floor, and I end up in the same God blessed room as the last time. Ouch, 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 ouch. My head is again fucking pounding. Same lady, same reaction, even more angry. When are you going to learn that this place is not for you? Okay, okay, okay. She places her hand on my head. The pain subtly and slowly subsides, and like destiny, I reach my hand into the air, and Buddha grabs it and pulls me back to our world. What happened? The same thing. She was super pissed this time. Oh, Mikey, you're just misinterpreting. And from deep inside of me, a persona I had never met came to the fore. Aside, when I came out this time, they both actually looked like their namesakes. Buddha looked like Buddha, and Ganesh literally looked to me like he had an elephant's face. I, the persona, spoke. No, Ganesh, this is a journey for those who do not yet know that they have already said yes to everything that will ever happen in their lives. I already know this, and I have always known this. We were meant to be here together. The Buddha, I said the, and then his actual name, and it sounded cooler, was meant to pull me back to this reality. You were meant to challenge me into going. I was meant to own this truth I know right here and now, and it was ordained before time began. We have already chosen everything that will ever happen in our lives. They both looked surprised and enrolled, and we sat there looking like demigods for another 10 minutes before the effect wore off. I feel the wind in the park. I had never consciously thought any of those thoughts before, but the saying of them overlaid a perspective of infinite divine uniqueness on me that persists to this day. There will only ever be one of any person that has ever lived, and each person is at least as divine as any demigod. Anyone/everyone is as relevant to the universe as any celestial event and as poignant as any moment in history. I hope this gives you perspective on the beauty of your greatness. Happy Saturday, Mike.